Welcome back to Crypto Mischief.
Anyway, that's enough of that. Today, we are going to be looking at the best farms, yield farms, on the FANTOM network. Richie here. Please take the time to like and subscribe if you have not to my channel. This is now, what were we up to? 1,850 subscribers. We're hitting on to that 2,000. When I hit 2,000, I will have another giveaway for you guys. To all the people who got in and I sent that 0.1 FANTOM token to, you can now get into and play around in the FANTOM network. So we are now the FANTOM team. Nice. Let's get some gains, okay? Let's find some good sites to make some proper gains. I made a little poll on my YouTube about if you guys wanted me to keep my announcement Telegram or you wanted me to add a Telegram chat. At the moment, like, it's a 70% to 30% yes, open a Telegram chat. If you really want me to, so just put a vote in there. If you do want me to, I've got a coming soon link in my description because I haven't made it yet. But I guess I will probably be making a chat channel for the Telegram instead of an announcement one. So that's cool. Little advancement to this channel. I have been searching everywhere I can for you guys to try and find lots of different tools, lots of different farms for you so you can kind of choose. I'm in some of these. I'll tell you the pros and the cons about them. Some things of note you need to think about when using yield farms. A lot of these farms have a deposit in of 2 to 4%, so you need to always think, how are you going to get that back first before you even consider leaving the farm, okay? You don't want to be leaving a farm like at a loss. You want to at least make something. You have to consider second, what you're going to pay on your liquidity. Always you will get a higher APY if you purchase the farmable reward token, right? So each farm has a different reward that is churning out. I wouldn't advise ever really buying the reward token. I wouldn't even buy cake, you know, and cake's done extremely well. Because the problem with the reward token is that it's being continually minted, every day being minted, which means eventually the circulating supply is going to have to go up, which means the price is going to have to eventually come down, right? And if you're not being smart about this and you hang on too long, you're going to be at a loss, okay? So I wouldn't recommend, unless you're a really experienced farmer, I wouldn't recommend buying the reward token. So then what do you pair it with? Personally, I like to pair with such things as, well, of course, FANTOM, because we're in the FANTOM network, and things such as ETH. Sometimes I pair with stablecoins. We have a very nice stablecoin only asset farm, which I'm going to show you. And if you wait until the very end of this video, I'm going to show you how I found all these farms and all these tools, and how you will be able to find them as soon as they come out. Sometimes even before they come out, so you can get parked in the farm for that crazy high APY that happens in the first 10, 15, 20 minutes of being in a farm. Sometimes you can get your deposit fee back in the first 5 minutes of being in a farm. Some of them, which is pretty sick, pretty wild. That's tight. Sorry. Okay, so this is the best farms on the FANTOM network. Let's go! Okay, starting off with a tool that's useful starting off with a tool and a cryptocurrency that is quite useful for you, possibly. Don't forget the reason why we are moving into the FANTOM network. There's two reasons. One, the first is that the transaction fees are pretty low, really low, the lowest I've found. And the explosion of DeFi is just beginning, okay? There are way more opportunities here to pick a winner because there's less to choose from. And imagine the idea, what are we aiming for? We're trying to find the next cake. That's what we're doing, okay? We want to get the next cake. So the first one we're going to go into is Zoo token, okay? Zoo is a token which you can farm on some exchanges. Link in the description for this. This is Zoo Coin Cash and Zoo Wallet, okay? Zoo Wallet will just basically stack up all the assets that you have in your MetaMask that you link it to if you're not farming them. So you can just kind of come across your spare assets here, okay? That is the first place we're going to look at. I use this just to quickly see what I'm kind of stacking at the moment. As you can see, I don't have much in my wallet. It's all in the farm. For the first farm that we're going to be looking at, this is Standard Finance, and this came out today. We have here $6 million locked, market cap of 325, and the standard token is worth 58 cents. Okay, so it's already pretty low. Generally, if you want to be looking for a total value locked of about 30 million, then you know everything's going well. This has just started at 6 million, so it's not worrying yet, but it should start to have more. From the first look of this, you can tell already that it is a clone of Auto Farm, Auto on the Binance Smart Chain, okay? Which means it's going to be auto compounding your liquidity tokens. I went in here with the token Spirit, which is a pretty cheap token right now on Spirit Swap. This is Spirit Swap, what we'll be looking at after this. You can also buy the token and pair it with FANTOM, which I would not recommend. So you see what's happening here? It is auto compounding. So I went to Spirit Swap Farm and I paired the liquidity tokens with Spirit and FANTOM. Then I put it in here. It's only been a while. I've earned 0.022 of the standard token. This one up here, standard token. And I'm also increasing my liquidity tokens. This will start to slowly go up as well, because that's what it's doing. We're getting 4,955 APY on this. So this should start to go up quite quickly in the beginning because it's the first day, and in the first day you always get the best rewards. Now, fees. In terms of fees, we will have a look here. Controller fee, entrance fee, 0.1%. So you will lose 0.1% of your liquidity pool tokens by getting in here. So remember that. So you don't just go in and stay in for like a couple of minutes and then come out again. You're going to lose 0.1%, which is not that much, but if you're going in with a lot of money, then it is a lot. So we have a bunch of tokens here. I'm also interested in the wrapped ETH and FANTOM for 500%. That's a pretty good APY for ETH and FANTOM. They have a stablecoin one. You can go in with Zoo token, which I have. I have 1,100 Zoo tokens. I just bought like about 1,000 just in case something happens with this coin. It's kind of been my strategy here. I've bought a small portion, $50, $60 worth of basically everything, and I'm just seeing how it's been going in the beginning stages. The ones which start to perform better, I will start to move more into that area, okay? Do with what you have, you know. I know some guys, they're playing around with thousands of dollars here. I'm playing around, I think my net worth inside FANTOM right now is about $2,000, which I'm experimenting with. But before the Binance bridge opened, which watch this video up there, if you don't know about the Binance to FANTOM bridge, it's great. You can just send your BNB to FANTOM and the transaction fee is really low for that. Before that, I only had a couple hundred. So we're really just exploring this space. We're in the very beginning of it. So the Zoo price is 2 cents. That's why I bought some, because if that even goes up to $1, that is some nice, sweet gains, man. So I could pair my Zoo, which is just the moment loose, with my FANTOM and throw it in here. I think I might do that quite soon, actually. We have Sushi. Sushi Swap is also on FANTOM. Cream, Curve, Cover, Frax. A load of different assets here that you can also pair into this auto clone. They just keep going. Look at them all. Do. So that is the first farm, a new farm, and one that you might be interested in checking out. Sorry if that's getting you a bit dizzy. So next, as I told you, we're going to go in and we're going to check out the token that I paired it with there, Spirit. This is Spirit Swap. Of course, you can see immediately it is kind of a clone of Pancake or Goose or whatever. So that is a bit of an issue with some of these farms. They're not so unique yet. We've had one auto farm clone. Now we have Spirit Swap, which is a Pancake clone. We have the price of Spirit is 25 cents. That's why I bought it, okay? It's really cheap. You can farm in here with your Spirit too. Staking your Spirit here. I told you before I shouldn't have bought the native tokens, but I did it anyway because look how cheap it is. I don't care. So you can farm your Spirit here for only 108% APY, and we're looking at some pretty nice APYs today, so that's not that amazing. Or you can liquidity farm in here. You don't have to use Spirit. You can also use ETH, FANTOM, Wrap BTC, Zoo. So you can see there's similar coins in all of these, okay? You're just going to have to try and find and choose the one that you want. The interesting thing about Spirit Swap is you see this deposit fee here of 0% on a lot of these farms, which means you don't have to pay to get in and out of them. That is very tempting because a lot of these new farms do have a 2 to 4% entrance fee. Moving into another farm that I am actually in at the moment, this is Liquid Driver. You can see the total market cap is $2 million. The circulating supply is 136,000. So this is a pretty low token. The total value locked in Liquid Driver is 30 million, which is pretty much kind of that sweet spot for a lot of these farms. So if it's sitting around 30, you know you're going to be farming quite well. We'll go into Liquid Driver. Link in the description for this. This Liquid Driver came out about 3 or 4 days ago. Now you can stake Liquid and liquidity pairs of Liquid Driver. For this, you need to go to SushiSwap on the FANTOM network and pair your liquidity to get them into this, okay? So for all these different farms, you have to pair your liquidity in different places. But don't worry about staking and unstaking liquidity because the prices, again, for transactions are tiny. So I'm in one here with 93% APR on Wrapped ETH and FANTOM. So of course this isn't that high, I hear you thinking. Yes, it's not that high. It was higher, so I'm not sure at the moment if I will stay in this farm or not. I've already paid off the deposit fee, which is here, with 4% deposit to get into here, okay? So I have paid that off. I've got about $1,000 in here, so what do you do? I have two options here. So I could pull it out and sell it, or I could throw it into the Liquid R and get 520%. I could pair it with FANTOM for 1,300. But again, that is not that high for the risk involved. So in this farm, to be honest, I'm just going to be selling. And probably I'm going to leave this farm at the end of the day and go into a new farm. That's right. I'm leaving. I'm hitting that road. I'm not saying it's a bad farm because it is. I think the positive of this farm that might see it last a bit longer is because the APRs are quite low, they won't burn themselves out as fast as the other farms that have higher APRs and APYs, because nothing that good is sustainable for a long amount of time. I've said before, some of these farms are just treat them like sluts, yeah? How do you treat a slut? You grab the slut, you make love, sweet, dirty love to the slut, and you leave it, you know? That's the way you should be treating all these farms, okay? Just like you would pair your liquidity in SushiSwap to get into the Liquid Driver pools, okay? You would just go here, add liquidity. You will also sell your liquid token here. So you just grab it here. I'm selling everything into ETH these days. Just my tactic. Sell it into ETH. What can go wrong if you have Ethereum? Nothing can go wrong. You can see here just how cheap the transactions are. 0.001 gas. So that is $1, 10 cents, 1 cent, 1.1 of a cent. Very nice. Moving on, we are moving into Spooky Swap. Enjoying this content? How about a like? How about a subscribe? Spooky Swap is quite interesting. I'm quite a big fan of it. And I think this might be the one that takes off. But I'm not sure. It's pretty risky, okay? Because their token is already $14, okay? That is quite high for a farmable asset. I have 5 of these. I bought 4 of them. I farmed 1. I bought them at $20, so I'm almost out of the red. But if it keeps on dipping like it is dipping, I'm going to be at a loss here. What am I doing? I'm compounding every 2 or 3 hours into the single staking of Boo token. Okay, that is what I'm doing. You can, so for example here, what's this? 10 cents, 12 cents? Well, if it costs me that little to actually make the transaction, I'm compounding 10 cents and I'm paying 0.1 cents. Why not? Why not compound, hey? Super compounding, that would be called. In Spooky Swap, again, they want you to use the trading decks as to build the liquidity. So you would add your liquidity here. They call them potions. and then you would add the liquidity tokens into the farm here. The APYs are not amazing, kind of the same as Liquid Driver, hey? I actually left this farm to get into Liquid Driver with my ETH Phantom. And if we have a look, it's 88% here, but then on Liquid Driver, it is now 92%. So it's actually pretty much exactly the same. So sometimes moving to the next farm is not the best idea. That's kind of what I'm saying here. I kind of wish I just stayed in Spooky Swap because I was just taking Boo Token and I was compounding it. I probably would be in a better position now if I had kept doing that. But whatever. So I might actually just move back to Spooky Swap. I like it. I like the way it looks. I like the way it feels. I like the experience. The advantage that Spooky Swap has over the competition, Zoo Wallet also has this, is that it does have a nice little section for checking out the price of tokens, okay? You can also come here to check out which tokens are the top tokens on the Phantom network. You can see everything has really been dumping today. That's the way the market is. So if everything's down, everything's down. Like, what can you do? Moving into something else, this is Frozen Yogurt, okay? Link in the description. Frozen Yogurt is a stable coin yield farm. You are going to be combining 3 stable coins together to then farm them for some pretty decent APY. Here we have 3 pool LP token. This one here, okay? There's 108% APY on 3 stable coins combined together for farming. Or then you can take your three stable coins and combine them with Froyo, with Frozen Yogurt token, to then get 1,600 APY. Of course, that's extremely high risk. But the 3 pool token, what do? You would go into here to pool. You take Phantom, Tether, DAI, USDC, equal amounts of both, so $1 and $1 and $1. You'd have to approve them all, which would be, pennies, under a penny, and then add your liquidity. Then put your liquidity into the 3 pool. So just add this in here. Whatever liquidity token gave you, put it in here, and then claim your rewards. So this is actually a very safe way to survive through a bear market, basically, is to take all your stablecoin assets and you can start to farm with them here really easily. I'm pretty interested in this and I'm going to get into it tonight. I haven't joined this, but I will be moving some stablecoins into Phantom to actually do this because I have started to acquire quite a lot of stablecoins because I'm getting a bit bearish myself on all of this. I've already gotten quite a lot of gains from this bull market. I'm happy to just sit back and relax for a while, get some frozen yogurt. The last farm we're going to look at is a very famous farm, Beefy, okay? Beefy.finance has opened up on the Phantom network and you can now put in some assets. You have your frozen yogurt Phantom, which you can put in here if you wanted to get Beefy token and to super compound them. You can do that three stablecoin asset from Froyo into here if you want to go into Beefy instead. And a bunch of other assets that you can get into. I'm sure we all know Beefy. Beefy has existed for a long time on the Binance Smart Chain. It is also on Matic, so it is a very well-known and well-trusted yield farm site. So that it's good to see it on Phantom because you don't want it to be taking huge risks all the time with all your assets on new things. So that is all the farms. The last thing that I promised I would tell you about in the end is this handy tool here, okay? VFAT tools, okay? We have farms for every network you can think of. We have Binance Smart Chain. If you look up here, Binance Smart Chain, HECO, Polygon, XDAI, AVAX, Avalanche Phantom, Harmony, and Signarage, whatever that is. So for example, we look into Phantom, and here are all the Phantom farms which are open at the moment on the Phantom blockchain. Not very many, hey? You can see Standard here. Standard was this one. The auto farm clone, that is the newest one that's opened. The newest ones are always at the bottom. Liquid Driver, the one before that. This one here, which I'm kind of thinking about leaving. I'm not sure yet. Sorry, baby. I'm sorry. Beefy, Ghost, we didn't check that out today, but you can if you want. Frozen Yogurt, Esther, and Hyperjump. I was in these, I've left them. Borg, Spirit Swap, Spooky Swap, and Popsicle. So this would be all of the sites, and all you would really have to do to catch the next one would be to sit with this open, refresh it every twice a day or whatever, and you'll see something new is popping up. Sometimes farms on here will pop up before you even, before they've even opened. For example, over on Matic, we have a new farm. Wow, we have 2 new farms now. Okay, because I was looking at this one earlier. It looks really cool. Yes, it's opening in 11 hours and pretty cool farm. I like the aesthetic of it all. So you have Polypunk token. It says don't buy the token right now because they have no idea what the price is going to be. Right now the price is $48,000. Do not buy it. But you can throw in wrapped ETH, USDC. You can throw in liquidity pair. In the about section, it tells you a little bit more about who they are. Polypunk is a brand new DeFi project designed by an experienced development team. They go on a little bit about their past and what's going on there. And another thing which we can do, after a little bit of loading time, I clicked on the various tab, and then it will bring up all the pools. Okay, you can find out the prices of all the assets, and you can find your pool. So where's my one? Phantom ETH. There we are. Phantom price 63 cents. ETH price 3,800. I'm staking $1,500 in there, and I'm getting $3.78 a day, $26 a week, $1,300 a year. So it checks out all this for you. It's a really, really handy way to do this. And then if you want, you can even click here and claim. And it will just claim it for you. You don't even need to go into the smart contracts into the website. So you can do all of your farming from this one handy site. Really nice tool. Link in the description for this. Because you stayed to the end of the video, you get that little bit of really handy information from me. Nice one, yeah? Congratulations. You earned it. All right. Thanks for watching. Don't forget to slap a like on this video and hit up the comments with the farm that you love the most. Okay, let me know which one you're really into. And I'll see you next time where I'm going to go through some really cool farms on the Matic network because there are loads of them. Okay, peace. Don't get wrecked.